Man, Jarvis, you know what they call us, JT Podcast. We are live once again, man. We got
Woo.
NFL free agency we got to talk about. We got college basketball conference tournaments we are going to be talking about on today's episode.
Mm.
So we're just going to dive right into it. As always, man, thank you to everybody for the support and the likes and the subscribes. If you have subscribed and if you have liked it, you like our content, please share with your friends and family as we only grow as much as you guys like and subscribe us. We are on Facebook at JT Podcast, on TikTok, JT.podcast, and here on YouTube. YouTube is our primary platform, so help us keep growing.
Yes,
Jarvis,
sir.
Jarvis, Jarvis, Jarvis,
Yeah, yeah.
Jarvis,
Okay.
Jarvis.
Oh man, did you get
Jarvis.
it?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay, man. I see you. 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 I'm gonna take. Okay, since it's your team, I'm gonna let you take the floor on this one, man.
All
My
right.
man Sam Adebayo
Yeah.
going off, going crazy against the
Le-
Wizards.
yeah. Let's all right. Bam Adebayo, Jarvis. This is the very first topic of the day. Obviously, this is history in the making. A lot of people don't want to talk about it because it's 83 points in the unconventional way. You know what I tell those people? I tell those people to hush, to keep quiet, to leave the history alone because what Bam Adebayo did was truly special. Yes, he had 43 field goal attempts. Yes, he had
Yes.
22 three-point attempts. Yes, he had 43 free throw attempts. But folks,
Woo!
this is the NBA. Bam Adebayo, half of the people in the NBA can't even touch 70. Not even half,
Mm.
95% of the NBA can't even touch 70 points. Bam Adebayo, what he did in order to make 36 out of 43 free throws. How many times do we sit there and we tell everybody when we're watching an NBA game, how come you can't make a free throw? Isn't this your job? Well, guess what? Bam Adebayo did exactly that. He made all of his free throws. Now, guess what? If he made seven more, if he was 43 for 43, he'd have 90. How much more people would be mad at that? Bam Adebayo, 7 for 22. Wait, isn't it Steph Curry and Dame Lillard that always shoots the three pointers and Canupo from the
Woo!
Hornets that always shoot three pointers? No, Bam Adebayo just reminded you that he's a center that can spread the floor, that he can play the Jokic kind of role and shoot the three. Because, man, in the first quarter, this dude was lights out. He looked like Steph Curry in the first quarter shooting the threes. Then the 20 for 43 on field goals. The dude, I know, you don't have to tell me. The Washington Wizards, they're an absolute atrocity to the NBA. They're
Yeah.
awful. Their effort is awful. Their defense is awful. Their offense is awful. And they traded for Anthony Davis and Trey Young. So we'll see how they, continue to grow on that side. But man, the Wizards are bad. But Bam Adebayo, all he consistently did was attack the Wizards. He attacked what he thought could get him points. And every single time
Mm.
he attacked, you could say, yes, at the very end of the game, Miami Heat they were purposely missing free throws and they were taking fouls and every all of this. Yes, they were. But you know what? If anybody is at 70 points, wouldn't you want your guy, your teammate, to go and break that record? I know everybody didn't want it because it was Kobe's record and RIP Kobe, which we all agree with that.
Yeah.
But
Oh
you know
yeah.
what?
Oh
Bam
yeah.
Adebayo, he was in the spotlight. He was on one, and he deserved this moment. So as always, and I'm going to continue to hold it up. Bam Adebayo, he deserved this night.
Yeah.
He deserved this night.
Yeah. 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 I'm gonna ask you this question. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question because I did see all of his highlights, everything. I mean, the guy was he was just lights out. But I like how honest he was. I like how
Yeah,
honest he was. He just said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm going for the record."
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He said, "If I'm close to it, I'm going for it."
yeah.
But my question to you is, does this put pressure upon him to be an absolute superstar in this league? He's good, but I wouldn't say he's like a LeBron James or Luca or whatever.
Oh
Does
no.
this put him in that category? I mean, does it? I mean, because he scored 83 points, so a lot of people are going to be like, "Hey, keep this up. Can you be that
Yeah.
franchise player for the Miami Heat?"
Yeah, so I'm gonna say no. It does not put pressure on him because Bam Adebayo is the last guy, especially on even the Miami Heat, especially probably in the Eastern Conference, that you'd be like, yeah, no, this guy will drop 83 points. The most points Bam Adebayo has scored in a game is 41 points. He basically almost had that at the end of the first quarter. Um, but Does it put more pressure on him in terms of teams defending Bam Adebayo? Absolutely. Teams are now going to be
Yeah.
watching Bam and they're going to be like, okay, Bam can shoot the three. Bam can drive to the rim and be physical and get to the free throw line. So, I mean, was it more about the Wizards? They're just really bad at defense and they were constantly hacking Bam. That very well could be as
Hmm.
well. But to say it puts more pressure on Bam, no. But we have seen Bam. He's already been an all star. So,
Oh
like,
yeah.
people just need to be quiet about this and accept that he did score 83 because like I said, if it was any of one of your teammates, you would want him to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he had himself a night. He had himself a night. My thing is
What's up,
with
people?
this, I have no.
What's up,
Hey,
people? You know what it is.
we're talking about Sam. We're talking about Sam Bam Adebayo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what it is.
Oh man, thank you for joining us, man.
Yes, thank you
Man, but
guys.
yeah, man. Oh man, but the guy was just simply sensational, and we just hey, what's going on, guys? But we just it only comes around how many years? How many years ago did Kobe score 81? It's got to be like
It was
13 years.
2006. 2006.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
The thing is, so everybody is really honing in on the 43 free throws. And I mean, I do get it. The Wizards, the Miami Heat were setting up situations where he could get onto the free throw line. But to beat the record specifically, that's all I'm talking about, to beat the record. He was fouled, and they were very clear fouls. So we can't attack him for
yeah,
that. So I wanted to touch on Bam Adebayo. I'm a Miami Heat fan. Bam Adebayo. I obviously have a shirt of him. I've had this shirt for probably 3 years. He's my favorite player on the Miami Heat. So I want to touch on that very first. But Jarvis, we got to get into NFL free agency, man. There's been a lot going
man. Did you
on.
see? Are you seeing the? Are you seeing the news, man?
Yeah. Today,
Ah,
breaking news that Kyler Murray has
mm-hmm.
now signed a 1 year deal with the Minnesota Vikings. We're not going to just focus
Mm,
on that. We're going to focus on NFL free agency as a whole, Jarvis. I just kind of want your
yeah.
thoughts of how things have been going. What's some teams that's kind of on your mind of what they've done?
I think the wildest thing I've seen so far, and we got to talk about it. The Max Crosby and the
Yeah.
Hendricks. Yeah,
Yep.
wow. Because Max Crosby was a Raven, and then all of a sudden he's who knows where he's gonna go. But
Yeah.
Hendrickson, I mean, like, yeah, he's he got himself a position there. So, what do you think? Do you think the Ravens they got the next best player for their defense? But what do you think?
Yeah, so if you're the Ravens, honestly, you wanted Max Crosby. He's the better defender than Trey Hendrickson. I know Trey Hendrickson. He's usually top three. He's even led the league in sacks at one point, and he's still a comparable player. But Max Crosby, he is a much better run stopper and pass rusher than Trey Hendrickson. People can argue with me all day
Yeah,
about that. That's no argument. Everybody knows it is Max Crosby. So I think the Ravens would have been better off, still with those two first round picks being given away. Now, the physical
yeah,
side, obviously, he failed the physical, which is why they backed out. So that's the concern. Will Max Crosby be? Now, the Raiders, you got a big problem on your hands. He says he's
Whew.
staying a Raider now officially. And how are you
Mm,
going to keep paying him? How are you going to pay all the free agents that you said you're going to sign? Now, can you actually sign them all? I'll be curious to see if that actually does happen, because what the Raiders have done
yeah.
in the free agency is truly phenomenal. Um, but it did blow me away a little bit. In my mind, was did they want Trey Hendrickson all along where they could get him for cheap compared to getting rid of
Yeah.
picks, where they just said, your physical wasn't that
Mhm.
great. So let's just go with the
Mhm.
cheaper Trey
Mhm.
Hendrickson.
That's a good analysis there. I think I don't know. I mean, I think they're both phenomenal. They're good players. I think to me, Hendrickson might be a little bit better pass rusher. So we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna pan out, but I think the Ravens did the next best thing they had to do, and they just have to protect their investment, and that's exactly what they did. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but I would rather have like Max Crosby there if I know they probably would have as well. So
Yeah, I just think Max
Man, but
Crosby, he's 101. He's not like a Micah Parsons or Miles Garrett level at the moment, but he is, to me, a top five defensive lineman, edge rusher. That's just what Crosby, to
mhm.
me, he poses that kind of threat.
Okay, man, we got to get to, you mentioned him. You mentioned him, Kyler Murray, going to Minnesota. What
Yeah.
does this say about JJ McCarthy and his future? We talked about him a little bit, about JJ McCarthy, but bro, I think Minnesota is just saying, you know what? Let's just buy our time until we can get a franchise quarterback. What do you think, man?
100%. Kyler Murray. So I initially thought the Minnesota Vikings were going to sign Kyler Murray to a longer deal because I initially thought they were just done with JJ McCarthy. Now signing Kyler Murray to a 1 year deal is kind of giving JJ McCarthy hope. Like, hey, follow behind Kyler Murray for another year, then we'll see the following year. Ultimately, the
Hmm.
Vikings just need to give up on JJ McCarthy. I think it was a bust, and I think they just need to admit it, but they don't want to because they have KOC as their head coach. Kyler Murray now
Hmm.
on the Vikings. It makes them a dangerous team, but it does not make them a playoff team.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to be honest with you on this. If you're looking at the divisions in the NFL, what is the
Yeah.
hardest division in the NFL? It is the NFC North. Can the Minnesota Vikings,
Hmm.
let's just go through it here, drivers. Can the Minnesota Vikings beat the Detroit Lions
No,
right now? Nope. Can they beat the Chicago Bears?
no, no. Mm-mm.
And how about probably the best team in that division, the Green Bay Packers?
Nope.
So, Minnesota, you took a step forward. You certainly did with
Yeah.
signing Kyler Murray, but I still don't think you make the playoffs. He's not, yes, he was a first overall pick, but
Mm-mm.
I don't believe he's a game changer like that.
Nah, nah. You know what? Kyler Murray, I think the knock on him was, he of course, his scrambling his ability is just incredible, but the thing about it is decision making.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. His decision making has always haunted him, and I think it's still gonna follow him in Minnesota. So I just, unless he puts in the work, so I think you're just gonna get the same Kyler Murray that you got from Arizona.
I agree. And that's going to be a problem going down the road with Kyler Murray is the decision making because JJ is such a good wide receiver. Now, if Kyler, if
Yep,
his, like you
yep.
said, the decision making, he takes some time. And if JJ is open, it's not
Hmm.
getting the ball like he should be. That's going to pose an issue, obviously.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. But yeah, how about this, man? I turned on. Well, I was looking online and I saw that Walker signed, and we talked about him. He signed with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Um, and so, with the addition of Walker and whoever they get in the draft, they're gonna have to probably get a running back to back him up.
I don't think they are
Do you
anymore.
think so?
I think
Wow.
I think Kansas City's
Mm,
going to go after an offensive lineman or a cornerback because Kansas City did lose their top two corners. I think the loss of
yeah.
Trent McDuffie. I think honestly, if we're looking in the NFL right now, that is the biggest loss
Yeah.
to any sort of playoff caliber team.
Yes. Yes. I think you're okay with Chris Jones on the line and everything. You
Yep.
got your tight end back and Travis Kelsey. So I think you're gonna be fine. Your weaknesses is the offensive line and, like you said, that corner. And Trent McDuffie, man, he is a stud. So I mean, they're gonna have to replace him. So there's a lot of things that KC still needs, but I like where they're going. I think they're
Yeah.
they're they're building their way back to a playoff team.
Yeah, I certainly think Kansas City got better offensively. I think their defense isn't going to be worth anything, honestly. But the
Yeah.
offense of Kansas City slowly figuring it out. Now, Patrick Mahomes was running for his life. Was it just because they didn't have a running game? No, their offensive line's not that good. They
Oh
they just
no.
are. So they have not addressed
Now,
that issue in Kansas City.
now I think they were a little bit better than when we saw them against Philadelphia Eagles
Yeah,
in the Super Bowl. They
I
were a little better than
well
that.
that
They're a little
Philadelphia
better than that.
Eagles rush was something we've never seen before.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Shout
I
out to the
wanna
76ers.
I wanna touch on your Eagles because your Eagles, Jarvis.
Oh man.
I'm
Hmm.
sorry, but I don't think I was wrong.
Mm,
I was not
mm.
wrong when I told you what was it? 2 weeks ago when I said the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni he might get fired midseason. The
Mm,
Eagles will not make the playoffs this season.
mm.
And I think I have a very valid reason of this. Have we seen how many players they have lost on the defensive side of the football? You got to be worried.
Oh yeah. It's like we better have the best draft because golly, it's bad. It's bad. And also too, I heard that AJ Brown might be, you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But somebody was saying that there's a possibility we might lose him and he goes to the Ravens. And if that's the case,
Yeah, I did hear
I
that
I
as
just
well.
heard that rumor. I heard that rumor. I'm like, I am worried. I'm very worried. I'm like, we've lost a lot, and then we have a new offensive coordinator. Um, mm,
You know what confused me about the Eagles? Why re-sign Calcaterra above Dallas Goddard? I want to know the reasoning.
I don't know.
That's I
I'm
Phil,
gonna be honest with you.
a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
we see Howie
This
Roseman
is
as such a really good GM and he does everything really good in the offseason, but this offseason has been atrocious. You lose Reed Blankenship, which thanks guys, because you
yeah.
just made the number one defense even better in Houston. You lose Nakobe Dean. He went to the Raiders, I believe.
Yep.
Jalen Phillips went to the Carolina Panthers, which their defense is already good. Now they're only going to get better. So there's three of your top players on defense. And then offensively, you had an offensive lineman retire, and you could
Hmm.
be trading AJ Brown. Now there's a lot of speculation, like you said, AJ going to the Ravens, AJ going to the Chargers, AJ even possibly going to the Houston Texans, which don't do that to me as well.
Yeah.
I just there's a lot of pieces that are loose in Philadelphia where it's making me believe this is going to be a down year for them.
Yeah. You know what? It's all unless we have a good draft, everything is pointing to a rebuild year. And I hate to
Yeah.
say that, but like if we lose AJ Brown and if we lose some other players, you have to start thinking, are we trying to rebuild here?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing to me is when it comes to the NFL, it's a team game. Now, if I look at
Yeah.
Philadelphia's defense, I see a Jalen Carter, I see a Jordan Davis who got re-signed. I see Cooper DeJean, I see Tyreek Woolen that they signed from Seattle Seahawks. Like I
Hmm.
see talented players on the defense,
Hmm.
but that
Hmm.
and Zach Braun, who's a
Hmm.
middle linebacker. So like they do have talent, but it all has to come together where they all have to play the same together. I think the loss of Reed Blankenship is easily right there behind Trent McDuffie.
That's tough. That is a tough loss. And so, like I said, Harry Rosen better do good in that draft. I mean, he better get some really talented players. And even then, they're young. They're young. You're gonna have to play a bunch of young players. So you got to give them at least about a year. But I don't know. Maybe next year might not be our year, man.
Yeah.
But man, I hate to say that, but it's looking like that, bro. Like it's looking like that. So like, ah,
You know,
man. But
I was gonna ask you about Tua, but there's really no point. Just we're gonna skip over Tua and I don't know what the Atlanta Falcons are doing. If I'm Bijan Robinson, I'm getting up on out of there once my contract is up or when I'm getting close. Because I'm sick of
oh
Atlanta,
man,
and Atlanta should be such a good football team, but we're just not. We're gonna skip over Atlanta because they're not even worth talking about.
oh man, they're just
Here,
frustrating.
here's me, Jarvis. Nobody wants to talk about it because it's been so quiet and he's getting old. To me, one of the biggest signings in this NFL free agency
Hmm.
is Mike Evans going to San Fran. Do we not realize San Fran has George Kittle? Yes, he's coming back from Achilles. They have C-Mac, one of the best,
Mm,
if not the best, running back in the NFL who can do it all. You have Ricky Pearsall who's up and coming. And now
yeah.
you have Mike Evans. And if
That's
you
huge.
re-sign
That's
Trent
huge.
Williams, the best alignment, this offense is unbelievable in San Fran.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge because Brandon Ayuk, just was never healthy and never played, so they needed that extra boost. And Mike Evans is a stud, man. Like a lot of people, like you said, everybody just kind of overlook him. A lot of people overlook him. I know you
Yeah,
don't. I know we don't here
yeah.
on this show, but that boy is a stud, and he still has a lot left of the tank too. So I like it.
Yeah, I think this is so San Fran. What makes me say this is probably the best move out of all free agency. I'm not saying trades or anything because otherwise it'd be Trent McDuffie's the number one, the best move going to the Rams because that's what they really needed. But I'm just saying signings on free agency. Mike Evans is the number one to me because if you look at the rest of that division,
Yep.
we're gonna ignore the Cardinals because Cardinals will be Cardinals. They're gonna be the worst team in the league this year. But if
Okay.
you look at the rest of the division, who do the Seattle Seahawks have? They re-signed Shaheed. They got Cooper Cup and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Okay.
Yep.
Who does the Rams have? Puka Nakua, Trey Ferguson, and Devontae Adams. So what did the 49ers do? The 49ers said, you know what? We need another wide receiver. They got him. Now they have C-Mac,
They got
George
him.
Kittle, Mike Evans.
I like it. I like it. Because that's what was wrong with them, especially when they played Seattle. They could not stretch the field. They couldn't.
No. Yeah. It
And
was
so, and
C-Mac.
so
That was it.
they needed it was C-Mac. It was all him. And guess what happened with C-Mac? He got injured. And so you need that threat. You need that threat to kind of take that pressure off of the running backs. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love this. I love the signing. I love the signing, man. And plus, San Fran's, you know what they do on that defense, man. They're still
No.
good. They're
And
still
they just
very,
they
very talented.
re-signed Dre Greenlaw today. So he'll be back.
Woo. Mm, mm.
Yeah.
I'm liking San Fran. I'm liking
I would
San
say
Fran. They
if
got
we
them.
yeah, if
They
you
got
think
themselves
about
a
it,
lot better.
yeah, Nick Bosa's coming back, Dre Greenlaw and Fred
Woo.
Warner all coming back.
Yeah. If Fred Warner is going to be healthy, a healthy Fred Warner.
That's the best linebacker in football.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, man. He's good, man. What are some of the other signings? I think we covered a lot of them. But what are some of
Oh,
the other ones that you?
I'm still yet to touch my team. I'm still yet to touch my team
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
because so I put out a YouTube short last night. The
Yeah,
Tennessee
you did.
Titans The Tennessee Titans have spent the most amount of money in free agency. Do we remember a team that did that last year? Yeah, that's right. That's the New England Patriots that spent the most amount of money last year. Now the Tennessee
Mhm.
Titans did it. Who did the Tennessee Titans sign? Wan'Dale Robinson, 4 years, 78 million. They
Mm,
signed Daniel Bellinger, who came from the Giants, who played with Brian Dable. They signed Cordell Volson, Austin Slotman. I'm not going to name off everybody, but then we traded for Jermaine Johnson. That trade just went through earlier this morning. We signed John Franklin Myers from the Denver
mm,
Broncos.
mm,
That dude is going to be a game changer right next to Jeffrey Simmons. We traded for Solomon Thomas. Yeah, that's right. He played for Robert Sala in San Fran, who was an absolute beast back in San Fran. We signed
mm.
Cordell Flott, who played with Brian Dable. We signed Alante Taylor, an absolute game wrecker in the secondary from the New Orleans Saints. And then we re-signed the kicker, long snapper, punter. So our special teams is still going to be okay. But the Tennessee Titans, what did we do? We added depth. We
Mm,
added guys that are just going to bring the energy and hit you hard. We
mm.
added guys that cause turnovers. All Tennessee did was, you know what, we're going to buff up this defense because our head coach is an absolute brilliant defensive mind. Because did we see what the 49ers defense was last year without Nick Bosa,
Oh yeah.
without Fred Warner? The Tennessee Titans defense might be one of the scary. I'm not going to say the scariest, but one of the scariest defenses in the NFL. This pass rush is for real in Tennessee. The secondary, I
Yeah.
still have questions. But the pass rush
Yeah.
is one of the most elite. And then the offense, signing Wan'Dale Robinson, he is a tremendous slot receiver. We've seen how good he is when Malik Neighbors went down. He's rejoining Brian Dable, who he loves. I can only imagine what Brian Dable's going to come up with this offense. Because remember, Brian Dable wanted Cam Ward. He didn't get him, and now he's
Yeah.
coaching Cam Ward. So Tennessee, I love every single move. We filled exactly what we need to fill.
I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. I mean, let me tell you something. I love the moves. Robert Saleh. Let me tell you something, man. Tennessee is going to be no joke.
We're
On the
cooking.
defensive side. Now, I like Cam Ward. I'm still a little concerned on the wide receiver position, but but that defense. I mean, all you have to do with Cam Ward is just manage the game, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
I'm saying?
Well,
And let your defense carry
tell Cal really stop eating popcorn, man.
it.
Get out there and catch the football.
Well,
Hey,
man,
if he catch the football, we
you
have a
can
good
tell him
offense.
that, man.
So
Why don't
here's
you
what
go
I'm
and
thinking.
tell him?
Here's what I'm thinking with Tennessee. With your 4th overall pick, you either go get Arvell Reese
Yeah.
or you get Jeremiah Love. You decide. Do you want another franchise running back like you had with Derrick Henry, who took us to the AFC Championship twice, or do you want another edge rusher to go on with that D line that is going to be absolutely brutal for other opponents?
What are you choosing, man? Are you choosing defense or offense?
Me personally, I'm gonna go Arvell Reese. When you got special talent, I know Jeremiah Love's special, but running backs we've seen with especially Rico Dowdle, you can go out and sign a running back and they can perform. But if you see a special talent like Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles, you got to
Yeah,
go out and you got to go draft them.
yeah,
So if I'm
you gotta
Tennessee,
go.
that's what you do.
I mean, Sonny Styles, you know what he did in Ohio State, man. Like, that boy
He did it at Ohio
cold.
State. He did it in the draft. The dude's a freak.
Yeah, yeah, he is the best. He is the best linebacker. Probably, he's good.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. Um, yeah, man. I like it. I like what Tennessee is doing right now, and so
Any other teams you
I
see you took notice?
mm, whoo, let me see here.
I
Oh,
don't really have anything else.
Gino.
Go ahead.
I got one, man. Geno Smith. Going from what do they call it, the frying pan to the fire? So I don't know what it is, but whatever acronym or whatever
Yeah.
like analogy they use, but um Geno Smith going from the Raiders to the Jets. Again, he's going to the Jets again.
Yeah.
Oh
Going
boy.
back to where it all started. Um,
I'm not gonna say anything about the Jets. The Jets are still gonna be just absolutely they're probably gonna be the worst team in the NFL, probably. Again. I mean the
worst
Cardinals are
team in
gonna be
it.
really, really
Yeah,
bad, like you
I
said,
say I'm
but
gonna give the worst team in the NFL is going to Arizona. Especially playing in that division. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not that I don't hate it. It's just it doesn't do anything.
Mhm.
Geno
Mhm.
Smith, I feel bad, man. He's coming to the end of his career. He took a beating in Vegas, and now he's going to take a beating in New York once again. At least they kept Brees Hall, I
Uh,
guess, and they got
yeah,
Garrett
yeah,
Wilson
I mean,
still. But yeah, no, it
yeah.
doesn't move the needle. And
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
also wanted to point out one last thing before we get moving on to college basketball. Jar Malik Willis,
Yeah.
man, everybody's saying it's going to move the needle in Miami. It's there's just not enough
My
tape, man. There's not enough. I don't see how he's
Miami
going to move the needle.
Miami has a lot of needs right now. They got a lot of needs, especially on offense. Like you lose Tyreek Hill, you've lost a lot of players. Tua, I feel sorry for him. Um,
Yeah,
I think the injuries just caught up to him because you saw what he could do. I mean, like he was phenomenal, but those concussions really slowed him down. You know,
yeah.
um, but Malik, I just I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Miami's still going to be bad.
Yeah, I think Malik Willis brings some sort of explosiveness to Miami on that offense because they already have Devon Achan and they have Jalen Waddle. But dude, who do they have on
But it's not
defense?
enough.
Who do they have on defense? You
Yeah.
got rid of Bradley Chubb.
Nobody.
You lost Minka
Mhm.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Miami, I'm sorry if you're a Miami fan. Pay attention to the basketball team. Maybe Bam will score 85.
Maybe he might beat his own record. Huh? Oh
Oh,
man,
Jarvis.
college basketball on ESPN.
Yeah, man, you're Nebraska Huskers. number 2 seed in the Big Ten tournament. They're going to be playing tomorrow night. I'll be tuning in. I'm not a Nebraska fan. My Texas Longhorns lost first round to Ole Miss, unfortunately, but Ole Miss also just beat up Georgia, so Ole Miss is on a run. We'll talk about the SEC
but
tournament in
your
just a bit. Go ahead.
yeah, but your team, your Longhorns are still in the March
We
Madness, right?
are. We are. Yep. Longhorns are first 4 in. But
Yep.
before we move on to the SEC conference tournament, let's talk about the Big Ten because your Nebraska Huskers are the number 2 seed, and I'm assuming they're going to be playing Purdue.
Yes.
Charles, how far can Nebraska go?
Okay, in the Big Ten tournament or
Yep.
in
Big Ten tournament. We're just on conference tourneys, and March Madness is all Sunday.
I think they can. Oh man, you play Purdue. That's not easy.
No.
Golly, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I think they're gonna be one and done. I hate to say it, but they haven't really shown me enough on offense to be really get comfortable. They're in these tight games. They let teams kind of get back in. We're really scrappy on the defensive side of the ball, but
Yeah.
when it comes to the offense, I like Stanford. He's actually doing a lot better. I actually like him being the go-to. But bro, I think they're gonna get beat by the Purdue. Too much success early. I love uh, Fred Hoiberg. I love what he's
Yeah.
done with his team, but I think it comes to an end tomorrow. I mean, I think it
I
is. Yeah.
I want to disagree with you, but I can't. What's so we talked right after the Purdue Nebraska game when it went into overtime. What is the number
Yeah.
one thing we said? Nebraska, you can't rebound. And guess what? You're playing the number one. You're playing the number one, number 2 rebounding team in the
Yes.
Big Ten in
Yes.
Purdue.
Yes. The reason why I said this too, they won't make it very far. Even if you get past Michigan, even if you get past Purdue, you still got Michigan or Michigan State. Those
Yeah.
teams are really, really. So I'm just like, nah, man. To me, I think Nebraska is probably like the third best team in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Behind it's for me, it's Michigan first, Purdue, Nebraska, and maybe Michigan, Michigan State. So
I don't know if I'd put Purdue up that high. I think Michigan's a
really,
clear cut one. I think Michigan State's 2. Then Nebraska, Illinois to me are kind of on the same wavelength, and then Purdue falls in
yeah,
behind. But the thing is with Purdue is the matchup with Purdue and Nebraska. Purdue just matches up well against them. They can out rebound Nebraska all day,
yeah,
unlike Illinois or Michigan State.
yeah. Didn't they split in the
Yeah, they did.
in the
Yep.
regular season?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really that team is really difficult to keep off the glass, and that's one of our weaknesses. So yeah, it's gonna come to an end.
So
But
Jarvis, you're
we're still in March Madness, and I think we go. I'm gonna just tell you this. I think we get out of the first round, and we at least go to the round of 32 or a Sweet 16, depending on depending on who we play. I
yeah.
mean, but it's just right now against Purdue. I don't like that matchup, man. I,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So Jarvis, your Big Ten championship game is who against who?
oh man. You know what? I don't have my bracket up with me, but
All right, so
let me see
we
here.
got we got next round here, Jarvis. We got Ohio State plays Michigan, Wisconsin against Illinois, Nebraska prior against Purdue, and Michigan State against Rutgers or UCLA. They play very late tonight.
Mm. Oh my goodness. Who are you
Here,
picking?
so my Big Ten tournament champions is going to be Michigan. I believe Michigan. They're going to play Michigan State for a second time. I think it's going to be 1-3, but I am nervous about this Michigan game against Ohio State.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ohio State has an absolute stud on offense. They
Mm.
got to figure out a way to slow him down. I can't bring up a not completely sure on his name, so I'm not gonna try to look it up because I can't remember what it is. But Ohio State, they did what they had to do against Iowa. Michigan, you're coming off a lot of buys. You haven't played basketball in 4 or 5 days. You're going to be a little slow coming out while Ohio State's coming out fast. I believe Michigan finds their rhythm in the second half and they find a way to win, and then they're going to go on and play either Wisconsin or Illinois. I think they beat one of them two up. I think both those teams are as bad matchups going up against Michigan, and then it's Michigan State. I truly believe, and who knows?
I don't
Battle of
know what
Michigan.
this I don't know what this love affair is with Illinois. Everybody's like, "Oh, Illinois is good. Illinois is
I don't
good."
know either.
I don't know where that's coming from. But if I were to choose, it's going to be Michigan and Purdue. Um, but the only thing with Purdue that kind of scares me, and I kind of like Michigan State, like what you were saying, because I think Michigan State has a better offense.
Yeah,
Sears is just a beast.
yeah,
I
no, he
like
is.
Sears as a point guard. Purdue's offense is not that great. They're good. They're okay, but they're not that great. They're really good. That those bigs are good.
Yeah.
but I'm saying Michigan. Uh, I'm gonna pick Michigan to win the Big Ten.
All right, so we're going clear cut. Michigan wins Big Ten. Now the Big 12 is a different beast. That is by far the best conference in college
Hmm.
basketball.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and move on to what happened today. Iowa State beat up Texas Tech. They beat them 75-53, and Arizona absolutely destroyed UCF 81-59. Houston and BYU are playing right now. Last time I seen the score, BYU was up against Houston. I reserve my rights, by the way, to change my national championship pick because I not like what I'm
Yes, you
seeing out
do.
of Houston late. But
They're getting nothing from from the front court.
nothing. They can't defend right now. They're turning the ball over left and right. I don't know what Houston team I'm watching. It does not look like the Houston team that started out this season.
And if I'm
So,
Kelvin Sampson, I'm hollering. I'm hollering and screaming
oh
at
yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna say, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
Nah, man. It looks like to me it's Arizona or Iowa State in that division, I think, in the Big 12. Arizona
Yep.
or Iowa State. Iowa State, they're just too good on defense. Their offense is great too. They might be the most complete team going into the tournament, like we were talking about. But Arizona can play too. So those are the two best teams, and I think it's going to be between those two.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I have Arizona playing Iowa State in the Big 12 championship,
Hmm.
and I like Arizona. If I had my right to change my national champion pick, it's Arizona. From what I am just watching every single time I turn on the TV and I watch Arizona, it is just dominance. They make you play
Yeah.
their style of basketball.
I tell you what, if they make you play their style of basketball, and if there's not a team in the nation that can beat them. I mean,
No,
there's just not. There's not. So I mean, I have to agree with you on there. The only problem with them is that they have going against them is history. History
yeah,
has not been kind with them in the tournament. So, but if there's but I think they win. I'm gonna say Iowa State wins the Big Ten championship or Big
ooh,
12 championship.
yeah. No, I
I'm
got to
gonna
go
say it.
Arizona.
Okay.
I
I'm
did
going
just
Iowa
look up,
State.
I did just
All
look
right,
up the score
you know.
though. Houston did come back and they beat BYU by 7, so Houston's still in it. Um, so they're be in the final
Are you
four.
gonna? Are you still gonna? Are you gonna change your pick again? The national championship pick, or are you gonna go? You go Arizona, man.
No, I'm gonna go Arizona, but I still think it's Arizona versus Iowa State. I think Houston, like I said, man, they're just not playing their style of basketball that we're accustomed to. So I'm still
Yeah,
gonna go Arizona versus Iowa State, but let's go Arizona.
sounds good.
Before we get on to the SEC, Jarvis, ACC tournament has been going on, and there was a big scare. I was actually watching this game before we jumped on here. Um, before we jumped on live here, Jarvis. Duke played Florida State. Duke won by 1 point. They won 79-78. They escaped against Florida State, who was
Hmm.
the 8th seed in the ACC. So Duke is still going. You have Virginia, Miami that won earlier today, and Clemson, North Carolina getting ready to play, which that's always a battle between those two teams. I'll be real with you. It's going to be Duke. It's going to be against Virginia. Duke is going to win the ACC. They had a scare today. It happens. You know, you're not always going to be on your best game, but Duke is the clear cut favorite in the ACC. But I do like what I'm seeing from Virginia. They do play physical on the
I
defensive side.
I was listening to someone online on YouTube. He said Virginia has the talent to go into like the Final Four. And I was
They
like,
do.
at first I didn't believe him because they had a bad loss like about a couple of weeks ago. It was a terrible loss, and everybody was just kind of writing them off. But I'm kind of with you on this one. I'm gonna have to, you know what, Duke, be careful, man, because Virginia can play some defense.
Oh, 100%. But
They're good.
the two times Virginia has played Duke, Duke has blown them out. So that's a bad matchup for Virginia.
It really is. It is. I don't know. I mean, all I say is this: don't count them out.
Yeah,
Don't count them out. But it all depends on who they match up with. Especially if they get into the NCAA tournament, who are they going to match up with? And this is a team that can go to at least the Elite Eight if they have the right matchups.
I agree. I think they Virginia came out of nowhere, honestly, this season. But I agree with you on that one.
Yep. Oh yeah. So I
Last,
mean,
go ahead,
who am I taking? Who am I taking? I gotta go with Duke. I got
man.
to.
It's the
I
easy
mean,
choice.
Cameron Boozer, come on now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I
I
remember when
mean,
his dad played. His dad played for what was it? Cleveland Cavaliers. Was it
yeah,
Carlos Boozer?
yeah.
I know I'm
Carlos.
getting old, man.
Oh man,
Oh
yeah, no,
man.
Carlos was really good at
Mm.
the Chicago Bulls too. So,
He was with Derrick Rose and stuff. Come on
yep,
now.
yep. But last conference, Jarvis, we got to talk about is the SEC. Then we're gonna get talk. Then we'll talk about whatever little side notes we have because I have one for you. After
Okay.
this, the SEC conference tournament, Jarvis, has actually been pretty intense. It's been all pretty close games, to be honest with you. So today, what happened? Kentucky beats Missouri, Tennessee beats Auburn, Ole Miss beats Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas A&M still yet to play. So you have Kentucky against, well, it's the team everybody's saying is going to reach the championship or get to the Final Four easily, and that's the Florida Gators. They're the number one seed. Tennessee plays
Mm.
Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, and Alabama. Then Arkansas plays the winner of Oklahoma, Texas A&M.
Mm.
My championship pick, Jarvis.
Mm.
Florida will play Arkansas in the SEC championship. I don't want to say it, but last time Florida, no, last time Florida played Arkansas, they absolutely beat them up on the
Yeah.
inside because Arkansas's guards are the best in the SEC,
Yeah.
but they have no
Mm.
interior.
Mm.
I do like Florida to win the
Yeah.
SEC.
Mm. Mm. I can't. I want to go against you, but I don't think I can, man. Florida's bigs are too good. They're really good, man. They're really
Yeah.
good. I think I got to go Florida as well, man. But I also like, just teams that I like. I like Alabama. I mean, I do. I mean, but they're not gonna go. But like, just I don't know. I mean, and Georgia really fell off. I mean, this is a team that really started off strong this year, and then they just completely fell apart. So, um,
Yeah, and Alabama better watch out because Ole Miss is coming. And right now, if you
oh
look
yeah,
at SEC history, Ole Miss is on the hottest streak right now. So Alabama
yeah,
has something to watch for tomorrow.
they do. But yeah, man, Florida. Actually, to tell you the truth, I I almost want to put Florida as my pick to win the title, but I'm just ah ah.
Back to back.
But
That's a
anyway,
risky pick, man.
but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna fill out our brackets. We're gonna fill out our brackets, and so I'm not gonna do it. But they're looking good.
They are.
So,
I don't want to admit it,
so.
but they are. Jarvis, I have one thing to tell you. I'm sorry, but 2 weeks ago you told me we were talking about March
Mhm.
Madness, and we said what team should we be watching out for that nobody's really talking about because they're a lower conference school. They,
Mhm.
who they don't really play anybody. Well, you're undefeated. Miami of Ohio took a L today against UMass in the first round of their conference tournament.
Oh my gosh.
Your pick, Jarvis, has officially lost all validity, and Miami of Ohio, they will get a bye, but it's not looking good.
They're gonna be in the playoffs, right? They're gonna be in the
They
tournament,
will
right?
be, yeah.
I mean, so that's what it all matters, man. It all when they go when they're gonna continue their streak when they get to the to the big dance.
I let's
No, you know
see.
what? This was a bad loss. A bad loss. UMass, come on, man. Like that's you just can't do that. Like
No.
UMass? I mean, how do they think they're gonna go against like Duke or? Oh my
It's not
gosh.
going to be pretty. I think
Uh,
Miami of Ohio, to be honest with you, might be one of the first teams out as a higher seed in March Madness. Now, can I brag to you for a
I'm.
second?
Go ahead, man.
Do you remember who I said? I said High Point. I said High Point Panthers. You know what they did?
Oh man, what?
They put
What
up
did they read
81
up in Prairie View, Anna?
they put up 81 points
Prairie
in the
View,
first
Anna, man.
round.
Who are
They
they
put up
playing? Who are they playing?
they played Gardner Webb. Then they beat up UNC Asheville. And then in the
Come on,
championship
man.
in the championship against Winthrop, they put up 91 points. I told you High Point
Bro.
has an offense.
Oh man. Come on, man. Gardner Webb.
High Point has the second best offense in college basketball.
Man, you should just go. Okay. Okay, I'll make you a promise, okay? If High Point gets out of the first round of the NCAA tournament, I'll buy you a High Point t-shirt.
Let's do it. Because you know me, I am picking High Point to get out of the first round of March Madness. You know this.
Oh
I
man.
am strong-headed
I
on
got you,
High
man.
Point. I'm telling everybody to pick High Point.
Okay. I'll go to what is it? What do they call it? Fans or something like that? Like that apparel place.
Fan
It's
shop
like
or
a fans.
Fanatics.
Yeah. Fanatics, yeah. I'll go on Fanatics and get the t-shirt, man. I'll get it all ready, man.
I'll wear a purple High Point shirt all day. I'll wear it if you lose this bet, I will wear it on the next podcast once I get that t-shirt.
All right, man. All right, we're good. All right. And in return, if Miami of Ohio gets out of the first round, you gotta give me a Ohio
Let's do it.
t-shirt.
Let's do it.
I wear a 2X.
I will have it personally shipped to your front door.
He said, Fred. Oh my gosh. Oh man. See, this is what we like to do, guys. We just like to have fun on this podcast, you know. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. But
Yeah.
okay, man. All right, man. High Point. High Point got an offense. Okay. They okay, we'll see about that. You know. Oh man.
I'm gonna point out where I'm right.
Oh man, that's funny. But man, yeah, this is gonna be a great tournament. I just like I said, I don't like the matchup with Nebraska um right now, but once they get into the tournament, I think they get out of the first round. I think they can get to the round of 32 or Sweet 16, but I think that's about it.
Yeah. Um,
Which
I
would be a
think
great season, which would be a phenomenal season for Nebraska. They've never had a season like this.
Yeah, if Nebraska though can somehow beat Purdue, I think Nebraska will they'll easily get a 4 seed. They have a chance of getting a 3rd seed. If Nebraska, like I said, they can get a 3rd seed, Nebraska, to my eyes, will get to the Sweet 16. But if they
Mhm.
lose to Purdue and they keep that 4 seed, I think they win one game and they're out of the round of 32.
I agree. I agree. Now, if they win the tournament for, I don't know how they can do that. But if they win the tournament,
If they win the tournament, I believe they get as high as a 2 seed, which they could get to the Elite 8 off that.
yep, I agree. But I think they would lose to like teams like, it depends on where they are. So in that they'll be in that, like, I think the Duke
Yeah.
region and all that, North Carolina, and if they're in like I don't want any part of North Carolina.
Here, if I'm Nebraska, you don't want any part of the Big 12 teams. Stay away from the
No,
Big 12.
please do,
Cincinnati can even beat
please
you up
do.
in the Big 12. So,
The boys can ball in the Big 12.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Mm,
all I got
mm,
for
mm.
the that's all I got for the show, man. Anything else?
Man, I'm gonna let you know. I'm putting my notes together and everything. I gotta get myself together, but I want to try to do a short, of players that I'm picking for the fantasy baseball draft. So
Okay.
I gotta get my stuff together.
Perfect.
but
Yeah, man.
but that's coming up. That's coming up. Opening day is coming up here pretty soon. So we're doing our fantasy. Well, I'm doing my fantasy draft next Saturday.
Yeah. Nah, that works, man. The shorts are 3 minutes long that you can do and put out a YouTube short, and we can even talk about the MLB. Obviously, our next podcast will be about March Madness. We'll make our picks, and then we will have another one where we can start talking about some MLB, and we can talk more about that as well. So,
Sounds good. Sounds good. But man, continue to keep watching the NBA, everything. It's
oh
it's
yeah,
been going great. It's been going great. I love what I'm seeing out of the NBA these days. I've gotten back into it. I've gotten back into it.
yeah, me too, man.
So
I've been watching a lot of games recently within the NBA and college basketball. So it's basketball season now. Football season's over, and basketball's starting to ramp
mhm,
up, and it's starting to get interesting. So,
absolutely. That's how,
yeah.
bro.
All right, man. Well, as always, we're gonna end off the show, man. Bam Adebayo. I'm not gonna give it up. People need to stop talking trash on his name, talking trash on his 83 points. You know what? He scored 83 points and nobody else did.
Number
Live, laugh,
two on the
love, man.
all-time. Yeah, number two on the most points scored in the game.
That's my guy. That's my favorite NBA player. You see it. I
But you
give
know
you
who number
evidence.
one is. You know who number
Man,
one still is, my man. It'll never be beaten.
it won't be. It's hey,
Wilt
guess what though?
Chamberlain.
It was hey, if we look at it, both are centers with the most points of all time. Both are centers.
mm,
Get yourself a center,
mm.
NBA teams. That's all I gotta say.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Get yourself a big. Get yourself a big.
But for this episode of the JT podcast, we appreciate the likes. We appreciate the subscribe that we did get very early on in this episode. We will be back on live Sunday to talk everything March Madness. It will be a March Madness special edition. We are talking nothing else.
Yes.
So if you want to know our
Selection Sunday.
picks, yes, sir. If you want to know our picks, tune in to the JT podcast live on Sunday. Jars, it's fun chatting with you, man. Go get some rest. It's almost Friday. We got some snow hitting
Oh, man.
Sunday, so we'll be watching Selection Sunday and making our own selections. As for JT
I
Podcast,
love it, man.
we are out.
Go Big Red.